project managing the SQOS project. Now the SQOS project takes a more systemic approach in comparison to the other two projects, meaning that we mostly care about getting the data, process them, to produce the results and present it in a useful way to the users. I won't speak too much about the aims of the project or the expected deliverables. I did that last year. What I'm going to talk about today is what actual research have we done in SQOS and what publications did we get out in various conferences, which of course are all pieces of work that would be incorporated into the platform itself. So the main aim of SQOS is to provide a platform that will allow thorough evaluation of software quality. By thorough we mean both both by measuring the product itself using, for example, software and quality metrics, and also the process by measuring the community, the evolution of the project, and things like that. It's a 2-year project funded by the European Union. It's a consortium of academic and industrial partners. AUB and Aristotle University Thessaloniki are providing the research workforce. Process Serious SCADA do the majority of the development. And we also have the KDE project in SQOS, which we both use as a data source in order to evaluate our platform, and also those people tend to work very hard and produce a lot of code. The software we are going to produce is going to be open source, released under the BSD license after the contract with the European Union finishes. And we are an open source project, meaning that we also internally, for now, but then after the project is going to be released, all the resources are going to be public. We use repositories, mailing lists, IRC to communicate and the user stuff. So what we expect SQOS to produce, basically software, a tool that can do software assessment based on first scientific evidence and second scientific methods, and we are also able to evaluate software and hard project artifacts. The concrete results are, as I said, a platform that evaluates software quality. I'm going to present various views of this platform right on. We're also developing plugins for concrete metrics, ranging from very basic metrics such as WC, word count, weighted methods per class, and things like that, to more complex metrics that combine various other metrics in order to produce more complex results. We also have a plugin between SQOS and the Major ID platform. We have the core itself is separated from the interface, and we can actually plug in any interface we like to the core, and this allows us to create web interfaces, to Major ID platforms, and other kinds of interfaces. This is a bird's-eye view of what the SQOS platform looks like so far. From the left-hand side, you can see the various data sources we're using. We pass those through a data cruncher. There are two interfaces that we can see the results. This is a more familiar, maybe, if I can say that, view of our core system, which is named Alethea Core. We have named this part of our system Alethea Core. What did it say? Maybe. I don't think in person we have a good. Anyway. Okay. So it's a classical three-tier architecture. SQOS is designed to be a classical three-tier architecture. At the bottom, we have selected Subversion as our main source for software repository data, the main deal format for getting mailing list data, and the particular database schema for getting data out of databases. There is a two-tier architecture for accessing those data, and all the system components communicate to each other using a software bus, which happens to be OSGI, which is the tool that Eclipse uses in order to allow Eclipse to be plugged into the platform. The upper level, meaning the user interface, communicates to the rest of the system using a well-defined web services interface, while all metrics which are plugins to the system can access metadata from the database and also can store the results there. This is how data is moved in SQOS, in the Alethea core. We actually have a synchronized, the SQOS itself is a system that does not care about data synchronization, meaning that if we have a repository, all the synchronization operations, for example, if there are more commits in the master repository, the synchronization has to happen outside SQOS. It's very easy, of course, because there are a lot of tools that can help us with that. SVMsync, for example, does the work for us. So the synchronization part is very naive, if I can say that word. It triggers an update to the whole system, and the updater, through the thin data access layer, accesses the primary data sources. It preprocesses them in a format that all plugins can then access very easily into a metadata database, and the plugins themselves query the metadata database and the raw sources for data in order to produce results. Those results are also stored in the database, and if there is a plugin, as we call them compound plugins, that means data from all plugins can query both the database and the metric plugin. A not so complete version of this architecture was published in a paper in not so important conference, so we plan to have something better in the future. Now I'm going to talk about what are the research results that we had the first and a half year on SQOS. All those various slides I'm going to present are actually published results, so I think it's a good idea to summarize everything and say to you just as one piece of research. So the first question that we had in SQOS is, okay, we have metrics from, we have results from running various metrics on various projects. What do those things mean to users? We know, for example, that for a specific project, the average cyclomatic complexity is 0.5. I'm saying a random number there. What does this mean to the user? For that reason, we had to develop a quality model. And this quality model basically aggregates metrics from the lower level to more and more. Cannot describe that very well, actually. It aggregates, it uses thresholds to scale the measurements of metrics into aggregates, and then it aggregates to a larger bulk of aggregates that can help users to understand quality better. Everything is described in this paper over there, which we recently got accepted in OSS 2008. And this quality tool is going to be, this quality model is going to be developed in SQOS, and it's going to be provided as the basic tool for evaluating quality. Another question we had is, how can we leverage the repositories in order to extract contribution indicators? What do we mean by contribution? How much a developer has offered to a project, has offered to a project in the past, and how much we're expecting him to offer in the future. So the development time these days is split among writing actually code and also working on mailing, replying to emails, working the CVS repository, reporting back, and we thought that we cannot just use lines of code anymore as the main contribution factor for evaluating contribution in software. So there is a method that we have described in that paper, that actually gathers all the actions that can be performed on project assets in order to extract a single measurement of the contribution of developers to a specific project. Another piece of research was performed by Paul Adams, Eliot De Hood, and Andrea Kalipoulis. Sorry. And it was about how can we qualify the level of agility in OSS project. I was expecting Paul Adams to be here to explain to you, but unfortunately he could not make it to the room. And finally, there is a related piece of research that was funded by Squash, but it has nothing to do so much with Squash. So the current status of our project is that we have our core platform mostly running. Most of the subsystems are running. We are feeding it with lots of projects. So far we have something like, I think, 50 projects. And we are, of course, trying to debug the corner case in order to make it more robust. The metrics we run so far only include the word count, but we can work on that a little more in the remaining months of the project. And we also have prototypes developed for the web interface and the IDE interface, which is the IDE interface for Squash is Eclipse. So we have developed a plugin that each time a user commits to a repository through Eclipse, the system updates the metrics and presents the data back to the user in order to simulate immediately the effects of his or her commit to a specific project. And that's about it. Tomorrow we are going to have a demo of the